What's up, peoples? Another show, another day, another ALYORK Sports talking to y'all. I want to thank you people to continue to tune in to my show. I really appreciate y'all. And what I could promise y'all is that I'm always going to leave it out on the table for y'all, man. Who and whoever I bring on my set, man. And with that, I thank y'all, man. Now let's start the show. But right before I start it, special rest in peace shout out to Rankin. OG actor. He played in Shotters. He played in The Belly. Great actor. Rest in peace to Rankin. And let's get the show started, baby. All right, you already know what the fuck it is, man. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Cali, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, New York City, Chi-Town, Minnesota, the D and LES to the motherfucking death, man. Let me put my rankings in, man. Shout out to Syndicate Radio TV. Hold your head, Dino. Things are going to get better, man. They always do, man. Trust me, man. I know. Shout out to Tony Sports, Justin Yu, Noah Parker, Vegas Divas, Kim Waterman. Also, shout out to Credit Fix, my boy D. Tainer. Never too late. That's what he always tells me when I talk to him. Al, it's never too late. Make sure you IG me, inbox me, email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com for your Credit Fix, man. And now we start the show, man. Let's get this shit popping. We're going to go to the MLB playoff wild card game tonight. It's going to be a good game, man. You got the 89-73 Milwaukee Brew Crew, who had a great run at the end of the season without the all-star player and best player on a team in Christian Yelich, who won MVP last year and was about to win the MVP again. Only problem is he ain't suited up. So this is one reason why I don't want Milwaukee to advance. I don't want no teams advancing without their best man. I just don't like that. I don't think it's good for baseball. So they're sending out Brandon Woodruff on the mound today, 11-3 with a 3.62. And then they're going to go by committee after that. And the Nationals had a great record, 93-69. They should have won the division if they didn't blow all the losses. And they still ain't really got the bullpen fixed, but it is better than it was in the first half of the season. But they started Max Scherzer, 11-7, a true pioneer of the game, 2.92. The line is minus 175 for the Nationals. The totals are 7.5. Now for tomorrow's game, we're going to the Oakland Coliseum where the 96-66 Tampa Bay Rays are at Oakland A's, who are 97-65. And Tampa Bay sending out Charlie Morton. My man Charlie. I love Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton is 16-6 with a 3.05. He's going to pitch against Sean Manaea, who basically missed the whole season. Came back late, went 4-0 in 5 starts with a 1.21. Gave up 4 runs in 5 starts and 29.2 innings, which basically spells the kid was unhittable since he came back. Should be a good game. The line is minus 135 Oakland. The totals is 8. And for the rest of the playoffs, you're going to have Minnesota at the Yankees on a 5-game series. Minnesota had an incredible year, but I think my Bombers is going to escape this series, probably winning 4 or 5 games. It's going to be a good series because Minnesota, though we owned them, they got a lot to prove. And trust me, they're going to come swinging. They're going to come out early. They might even win game 1. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. But I think we'll still find a way to win the series, and the Yankees will prevail. And the winner of the Rays and A's are going to play the Astros. If the Rays get out, I think the Astros beat them in 4. If the A's get out, it's going to be at least 5 either way. Because I think the A's are tired of Houston beating up on them, and the A's had a lot of good games against them this year. They proved they can hang with these guys, especially if Manaea can step up. If Manaea can step up, then they have a chance. If he can't, then they got no chance. Now in the National League, you got St. Louis Cardinals at Atlanta Braves. This is a tough series. Braves, young, hungry, Acuna, Albies. You got the old school Donaldson, Freeman. You know what I'm saying? Markakis. Only thing with the Braves is starting pitching, kind of like the Yankees. I'm not impressed with their starting pitching. St. Louis overcame everything. Injuries, Carpenter not hitting. They find a way to win. It's a magical year for the Cardinals and Yadier Molina. I won't be surprised if St. Louis gets them in this series. In the wild card, like I said, the wild card, Whoever comes out of Milwaukee and Nationals are going to play the Dodgers. I think the Nationals, of course, have the better chance because them 3 starting pitchers are Strasburg, Corbin, and Scherzer. But beside that, you know, LA's going to bomb whoever they play. But if the Nationals could get in, their chances are better. Milwaukee get in, the Dodgers will probably beat them in 5-6. If the Nationals get in, we can see at least 6-7. And if it goes 7 with Scherzer, anything is possible. So that's your American League wild card playoff situation. Now let's go to NFL football, where I'm going to pick the top 3 teams in the NFL. But unfortunately, 2 of the top 3 are in the American Conference, which is the New England Patriots at 4-0, led by Tom Brady with 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's thrown over almost 1,100 yards. Team has given up only 27 points in 4 games, and one of them was on a pick 6 from the offense. So when you do the math, they only gave up 20 points in 4 games, which is 5 points a game. So y'all talk about all this New England offense. The defense has been stout. Salute to New England, Bill Belichick and company. And now the Kansas City Chiefs, also 4-0, led by Pat Mahomes. 10 touchdowns, no picks, 1,500 yards. Chiefs scored 135 points in 4 games and averaged 34 points a game. Sick, bro. Real sick. And in the National Conference, I mean, you got the Cowboys. If they would have won this week, I would have loved to put them number 1. But due to the fact that they got a loss, Green Bay lost on Thursday night, the best team in the National Conference by record is the San Francisco 49ers, who are 3-0, who they run the ball 57% of the time, because Garoppolo is, you know, he was real shady in the preseason, and he's having an okay regular season. He's got 5 touchdowns, 4 picks for 739 yards with a QBR of 52.1, which is not good. Not impressive at all. They also, like I said, they turn the ball over a lot, but they lead the league in takeaways. So that's somehow that's why they 3-0, because they lead the league in takeaways, but they also been turning the ball over, which tells me when they play these better teams, those are the teams that's going to give them problems. And their first real matchup is next week when the Browns go to San Francisco. I think the Browns are going to go up there trying to win that game. Not saying they will, but they'll be the best team that San Francisco played all year. Now let's keep it in the NFL. I want to talk about this guy named Vontae Burfict, one of the dirtiest football players I ever seen. The guy got 16 fines in his whole career, which is insane. And if I'm correct, the fines and penalties and monies is over 5 M's. 5 M's in penalties, especially if they hold up this new season-ending penalty that they gave him for that hit in the helmet again. So Burfict doesn't seem to get it, or he doesn't seem just to give a fuck. But he fucked his career up. 5 M's he has to pay out in penalties. It ain't even like the dude's eating like that. I could see if he had like Tom Brady or, you know, Drew Brees 20 M's a year. But when you may be getting no more than what, 5 M's a year, and you pay 5 M's in penalties in your whole career, that's a bad luck. NFL needs to uphold his last penalty. Need to show Duke that, you know what, you ain't learned, you ain't been learned, now you're going to suffer, man. And I'm not with all that kicking the guy out for the year. But under these circumstances, man, you know, I'm definitely with it. And not to mention, he cost Cincinnati and Marvin Lewis one of the first victory ever, especially for Marvin Lewis at the Cincinnati Bengals in the playoffs, where they already had Pittsburgh beat, my dude. And he had speared Antonio Brown, and he didn't even have to. I mean, he did not have to. That game was over. And once he did that, Pittsburgh got the ball, personal foul, bring it down. Next thing you know, you already know Pittsburgh won that game. And thanks to Vontae Burfict and Pac-Man, that had big penalties in that game. And like I said, NFL needs to uphold this and serve this man as what's due, because he's overdoing it, man. Yeah, I'm not feeling that, man. And then he left off the field laughing like the whole shit was a joke, man. Fuck out of here, Burfict. Now we going to boxing. Fastest 15 minutes in sports, ALYORK Sports. Big fight this Saturday night. Erroll Spence defeated Sean Porter. If y'all didn't see it, I had a post-game video. My boy Mike Lima, we broke the fight down somewhat. We didn't really get technical. We just gave y'all the obvious. And A lot of respect for Sean Porter. A lot of respect for Sean Porter. I'm starting to lose respect, though, for Erroll Spence. Not in the ring, but the fact that once he won, the first name he called out was Danny Garcia, who's 35-2, who we all can agree that he's going to win that fight easily. I mean, he's just too much for Danny Garcia, so I don't even know why he's calling Danny Garcia. And then he mentioned Manny Pacquiao, who Pacquiao would make more sense because if Spence wants to make bank, Pacquiao would draw bank in this fight. The thing is, how they going to break out the percentages? Pacquiao not stupid. Pacquiao know that he's the call for this fight. Though Spence got, the undefeated record, but Pacquiao is the brand. Let's keep it 100. So if he calls Pacquiao, which I also think he could win that fight because I think he's just too big and too long for Manny. Not that Manny ain't going to go in there guns blazing. Not that Manny ain't going to put hands on him. But it's just a bad fight for Manny Pacquiao all through the board. Spence is just too long. But back to Spence. Everybody know what fight we want except him. He don't seem to know that the fight is Bud Crawford, which is Terrence Crawford, another undefeated fighter. And Crawford already let it be known that he want to put hands on him. So I don't know if Spence is doing a Mayweather when Mayweather was like, running around packed for a while before he fought him, where maybe like he wanted like other fighters to weigh him down, kind of what, my Mayweather did, because when he didn't fight Pac-Man and Pac-Man had all them other fights, Pac-Man eventually got wore down because the way he fights. So I'm thinking that Spence is taking that same route because why wouldn't you fight Bud Crawford right now, which used to be the best and biggest fight in a long time, as far as like two undefeateds going at each other. And I mean, there's another situation that'd be another great fight, would be the Canelo Spence, but I think Spence will have to come up. But that's also a great fight. If Spence takes that fight, I won't be mad at him. But to fight Danny Garcia and Pac-Man, I think Spence is just too much for either or. But if he goes Canelo or Bud Crawford, then I'm all in. But right now, those are the two dudes I want to hear come out of Spence's mouth, because I do not want to hear Danny Garcia or Pac-Man. I do not want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Errol Spence, the boogeyman, the truth. If you the truth, my dude, like I know you are. Those are the two names that need to come out of your mouth right now, bro. No other name needs to be coming out your mouth, man. And like I said, ALYORK Sports, the fastest 15 minutes in sports. Salute to the New York Yankees. Salute to Major League Baseball that had another great year, another great showing. NFL back on track. NBA's getting back into motion. Let's get it, baby. Syndicate Radio, ALYORK Sports, The Raw Truth. Me and Noah Parker coming back on Thursday. Matter of fact, correction. Me and Justin Yu. Noah Parker got somewhere to go. So we'll be back Thursday, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Tune the fuck in. Love y'all motherfuckers. ALYORK Sports, The Raw Truth. Love y'all motherfuckers. Stay tuned, niggas.